Can we all just admit what we see this movie as? At this point, we all see this movie as a test run for Will Smith and Margot Robbie for when they play Deadshot and Harley Quinn in the upcoming Suicide Squad movie. There's no escaping it. That's how we all see this movie. Focus. So in this movie, Will Smith plays a con man. He's one of the best in the business. And he meets Margot Robbie. She's kind of new to it, so he shows her the ropes and they get along very well. And so this is the story of their experience being criminals together. So right off the bat, I will say that I love the characters in this movie. Will Smith is a very likable actor. Not everything he's been in has been great, but he's always had, good charisma, and he was awesome in this movie. He was smooth, he was tough, and he was hilarious. He had some of the best lines in the movie. As for Margot Robbie, this just in, she continues to be one of the hottest women on the face of the planet. I could watch her for hours and hours. Of course, being hot isn't enough. You obviously have to be good in the role. She's awesome in this movie as well. But more importantly, how was their chemistry together? I'm just kidding, it was awesome. Their chemistry was absolutely perfect. Not only did it drive this movie, but when the movie was over, it disappointed me because I wanted to see more. That's how you know something was really good in a movie, because it leaves you wanting more, and that was the chemistry between Will Smith and Margot Robbie in this movie. Now I can't wait to see them as Deadshot and Harley Quinn. It's gonna be awesome. But let's talk about this movie for now. When the movie's first starting out, it actually feels very rushed. Like 5 minutes in, the two main characters are already on a date. I don't think there's any real setup of either of these characters. I get that there's not much that we need to learn about the characters right out the gate, but I guess that's one of the downsides of this movie for me. We do learn more about the characters as the movie progresses, but I don't like that. I like to know who I'm hanging out with when I first meet them. Does that make sense? That being said, I still enjoyed watching the characters. They just weren't really set up that well. So I think it's the writing that could have been a little better. Just the beginning felt rushed to me. Which kind of leads me to my next point, which is I don't think this movie was long enough. The movie's an hour and 44 minutes long. I think a good length for it would have been 2 hours, or maybe even 2 hours and 15 minutes. But definitely 2 hours would have been solid, because a lot of things happen in this movie, but I don't think it takes enough time to tell it all. Another thing is that in some of the scenes in this movie, some things that go down are just completely unbelievable. This can be taken two ways. Either these things are way too unbelievable and you just call bullshit on everything because you're not enjoying it that much, or you can just turn your brain off and move on because you are enjoying it. I chose the second option, because it didn't really happen too often and I was having so much fun watching Will Smith and Margot Robbie. Of course, they're not the only characters in this movie. Adrian Martinez is in here and he's hilarious. Every scene he's in, he pretty much steals the show, which is saying something considering what I've said about our two main characters. I also love Brennan Brown in this movie. I love Gerald McRaney in this movie. The supporting characters also had some of the best lines in the film. So Focus had excellent characters, excellent dialogue, a bit of a rushed script, and some things that were just too unbelievable. But in the end, I had a blast with this movie and I want to see it again. So I will say, go see this movie while it's in theaters. It's funny though, we all saw Margot Robbie in Wolf of Wall Street and she had a Brooklyn accent. In this movie, she has a plain American accent. And it's spot on, by the way. And when she plays Harley Quinn, she's gonna have the Brooklyn accent again, only hopefully higher pitched. This Aussie is a master of accents. So Focus, have you seen it, and what did you think of the chemistry between Will Smith and Margot Robbie? What do you think this will mean for the Suicide Squad movie? Whatever you think, go ahead and leave a comment. Also, since I lost the We Love the Oscars bet, I'll be putting annotations for the winner's channel at the end of my videos for a while. The winner was Austin Gaby. Good job, dude. It was close, but I lost by 1 point. Oh well, maybe next time. And don't forget to subscribe.